Good evening, this is Lynx. This is possibly the most important video I've ever done, and here's why. Because it's about what happens when things are going wrong, things are going really bad. I'm going to share, for those of you who don't do readings, I'm going to share some secrets with you of what we see when we're doing readings, and there's all sorts of bad stuff happening in the cards or in whatever, or if you're just reading a person. Years ago, when I had my first, I was at my first job doing readings in a shop, and this gentleman came in and he was really down. Everything had been going wrong for him, and I laid out the cards. And all I saw was I just saw all this garbage, this bad stuff happening to him, coming to him. And I didn't understand all of it then. But now I can say, now I do. And let me tell you what goes on here. So I told him what I saw, and I was kind of hesitating to tell him what was coming, because I didn't really want to tell him, heap more on it, but I kind of hinted at it, and I told him what I saw him headed for, and he said, "Well, I know this already. You're not telling me anything I don't know." And I was like, "Well, what did you want me to tell you?" He goes, I don't know. I was hoping you'd tell me I'd win the lottery." He literally said that. He goes, "Well, I came here hoping you'd tell me I was going to win the lottery." And I said, "Well, I don't see that in your future. This is why I didn't see that in his future. There was no way at that moment he would ever believe that he could win the lottery. If you do not believe that an opportunity is possible for you, you will miss it. You will walk right past it. All of you who are out there trying to manifest your life or co-create or whatever you want to call it, if you do not actually believe that possibility is capable for you, that you're capable of good health, that you're capable of getting in a good relationship, that you're capable of achieving wealth and whatever it is, if you're capable of changing the world, if you don't believe that possibility, it's never going to happen. The most important thing that you must do when you are in a situation when everything is going bad is you must maintain a positive attitude at all costs. Now, I know this sounds totally airy-fairy, and I know this sounds like it's a load of hooey, because, you're in it. What am I supposed to do when I'm feeling this way? And you have to maintain a positive attitude. This gentleman that I was talking about years ago, there was nothing coming for him because he was so down and out, and he was so on his own back, and he saw no possibility, and all he was worry, and all I could see was worry. And this is what I didn't understand back then. Back then, I didn't understand, because sometimes you'll do a reading for someone and it looks like it's all over the place. That's usually a good indicator that their person is worrying. And when a person worries, they jump all over. There's no clear path. It's like this. When you go to a shallow riverbed and you stir it up, do you notice how all the junk comes to the surface and you can't see anything? That's what it's like when a person is going through hardship and they heap worry and anxiety on top of it. It stirs everything up. And then what we do as the one who's divining is we're trying to see, and we can't see the path because all we see is the junk that's swirling in their lives. We can at that moment take the best guess of where that's likely to end. Best thing we can do is to tell someone, you've got to let the junk settle. Once it settles, you'll see the next clear path. But I cannot tell you how many times I've done a reading for someone, including myself, where all I could see was the anxiety or the worry. Now, this is what happens. What good has worry ever gotten you? That's the first thing, all right? Worry, all worry does, it's like this. When you're walking down the street and you're not paying attention to where you're walking, you're going to bump into people, you're going to step in gum, you're going to step in dog crap, you're going to trip. You're going to drop your phone down a sewer. When you're not paying attention, you don't know where you're going. And worry is like that. You can't see clearly where you're going because you're so absorbed in this. You're going to step right in gum. And that gum is going to be the next thing that gets you all stuck in whatever garbage is happening. So that it starts to snowball after a while. And that's where that idea that you attract, you really will start attracting more of that garbage if all you can see is garbage. And if all you can feel is worry, then you're going to draw more. And this is what you draw. Worry draws enemies, someone to fight with. When you're in that state where you're worried, you start to look for people to fight with. You will find an enemy. It brings sickness. Eventually, the worry turns into sickness. You will curse yourself. You will put yourself in a position where the right opportunity to get out was right there in front of you, but you curse yourself because you miss it, because you were so busy wrapped up in your worry. You will put stress on your body and extra tension that you don't need. You will put yourself into debts that you didn't need. It's like the guy who worries, who then goes out and gets drunk because he's worried. He's worried, so he goes out and gets drunk and then drives home, and then he gets a DUI. So now he's put himself further into debt. He's cursed himself. He's put stress on himself. He's found an enemy in the courts. You see? I cannot emphasize how important it is to maintain a positive mental attitude when things go bad. And it's the worst. It's the worst. It's the hardest thing to do. But this is really where discipline comes in. If you really are spiritual, and if you really are woke, and you really are all those things that people claim to be these days, then the best thing you can do for yourself is maintain a positive outlook best you can, because if nothing else, it's going to get you to see the opportunity that gets you out of the thing that you're in. When you assume it's going to get worse, when you worry, when you stress, when you all those things, you step right into that stuff. The energy goes where your mind goes. Your energy flows where your mind goes. Your mind goes where your energy flows, and vice versa. Your energy goes where your mind flows. What you focus on is where you go. How's that? Where your mind goes, your energy flows. That's it. So consider that. When you're focused on all that worry, all the things that will go wrong, you'll head right to it. It's like when you're riding your bike, where you're looking is where you steer. Okay? If you don't want to go over the cliff, don't stare at the cliff. Stare towards the horizon, where you want to go, where good things are happening. Is that all? I think that's it. I think that's all I wanted to say on the subject. I'm Lucky Links, as always, wishing you success and good fortune in all that you do. As hard as it is, the best thing you can do in these situations where everything seems to be going wrong is maintain a good attitude. I cannot tell you how many times I've seen a situation where someone shifted their attitude and suddenly all the cards changed. That's how I know that fate and your future isn't fixed. Because a simple shift in your perspective to see the opportunity or the positive side of something can turn everything in your favor. And quite often in life, the things that seem like the worst curses turn out to be the most beautiful, most amazing blessings. I'm Lucky Links, as always, wishing you success and good fortune in all that you do, and hoping that you guys maintain those positive attitudes the best you can when things get challenging. If you'd like to schedule a reading with me, 779-302-8009 or conjurehope@gmail.com. If you'd like to learn how to read playing cards, how to read tarot cards, how to read the crystal ball, how to read Lenormand cards, or how to read Mexican Loteria cards, contact me by those same methods and I'll tell you all about the classes, what the course fee is, and all the details. Again, remember, when the cards show up with everything looking crazy, the best thing you can do to move through it is to maintain a strong attitude and look for the best possible outcomes that you can get. And go look at where you want to head, not where you don't want to go. Because that's the best way to get there. To look where you do want to go, not where you don't want to go.